Open coming your way in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's your open.
Just about 72 hours until the Cowboys are back on the field for a divisional matchup against the Redskins. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Cover 4, presented by JCPenney. Dave, Tay, Manny, you guys rested up from the weekend?
We are. We're ready to go.
Locked and loaded for this show. We've got much to discuss. It's kind of like a Thursday around here as far as practice schedule and everything in between. But I'll leave that for Jason Garrett. Dave, take us to kickoff.
Yeah, I thought that I'd handled just about every type of bizarre storyline that could come at me here in this very strange 2017 season. That was until today when I sat there and watched Jason Witten field questions about whether he was about to become a college football coach. Mind you, 3 days before he plays in an NFL football game. I refuse to be surprised by anything that happens in this very, very bizarre season.
Congratulations are in order to Carson Wentz on his recent engagement to Meghan Markle. Oh, wait, no, that was Prince Harry. They're just identical twins, and we just realized this.
Well, speaking of bizarre, Dave, how about this? A perfect career passer rating. Mohamed Sanu, he's 6 for 6, 3 touchdown passes on his career, but he plays wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. Just had to share that stat.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Sounds like he needs to negotiate a new contract. The money's at quarterback.
The money.
We're starting off this Monday on the right foot. I hope you guys are too. We're looking on the bright side. And first up, I have Dave, who is going to give us a bright side scenario for what could happen on Thursday. We're all taking a look at a group. Who did you pick?
That's what they call me, Mr. Brightside.
No,
They
we're
do.
forcing you into
They
that.
do.
Hey, we're going to see something new from this Dallas secondary by the looks of it, based on what we're hearing from Jason Garrett, based on what we saw, 11 explosive plays from the Chargers in that Thanksgiving game. That's not going to get it done really at any level of football. Think they're tinkering with things. Think you're going to see some new looks there, whether they work Orlando Scandrick into the mix on the outside a little bit more. Jordan Lewis could be moving around. Anthony Brown may be taking a seat for the time being. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but it's going to look different, which is, hey, that's worth talking about, at least at this late stage of the season.
I like it.
Absolutely. I chose O-line for my group because on the bright side, you had Zach Martin, who was doing stuff in practice today, which is always good, your Pro Bowl right guard. But, guys, they're getting to a place where, okay, these injuries are happening, but at least they have the guys there. Now, are they up to the caliber? No, not at all. I mean, it's hard to ever replace Tyron Smith or Lyle Collins, but these guys are there, they're learning. I mean, Tyron Smith was limited in practice today. That can only be a positive, so hopefully we will see more from them on Thursday.
Okay, Manny, I like that, Tay. Who did you pick?
Look, the defense has been bad. Without Sean Lee, the linebackers, everybody's been bad. But on the bright side,
On the bright.
line,
There you go.
Oh, and that pass rush, they've still been good. You still have one of the top pass rushers of this year in DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the top interior pass rushers in David Irving. So yes, your secondary's been bad. Your linebacker core, sub Sean Lee, it's been pretty bad. But the defensive line, whoever they throw out there, whoever they throw in there, on the bright side, they've been pretty good.
Need him to get after Kirk Cousins on Thursday night.
We need them too. Tank needs to be back.
Dak Prescott to be my bright side. I feel like this has been a crazy 12 days with 3 games in the mix, but that last press conference at the podium following the game on Thursday,
The Chargers,
like his foot was down. I feel like things will change this week. He's been sacked 14 times in 3 games. I think Dak Prescott behind closed doors is like, hey, the bright side better happen right now. We're going to make a change.
Yes.
It can't get a lot worse.
No, it can't get
so
any.
It's reasonable to think it will be better.
Absolutely.
Because it can't be much worse.
Well, we didn't have a game to cover this weekend, but there was still a lot of weekend stars that we want to highlight here. And the first one, Darren McFadden, you're a star to us because you were so classy and such a fun player and person to be around while you were here.
Absolutely. I thought what he wrote on Twitter was a very nice nod to the Dallas Cowboys organization. Obviously, anytime you're released from a team, it's not easy and it's a little bit awkward, but he handled it with class. He knows that he has, a good team spirit here. I know what Alfred Morris said, that it was like a ship in the night, which is kind of a sad phrase, but hey, got to give it to you, D-Dog.
He ran for 1,100 yards here in 2015 and spent most of the next 2 years, not just on the bench, but like not even dressed out for the game. So for him to still have a good attitude after the last 2 years, good for him. Good for you.
Our next weekend star, Tay and I were texting about this all week.
Oh, so cute. This guy was a Pearl Harbor survivor and still has moves. Dave, if you're 98 years old and doing that, I will buy you all the Whataburger you could eat for a year.
Hey, no, seriously.
That's true. That's true.
That was impressive.
He is a definite weekend star. Way to go, Mickey. Next up, Dave's good old buddy, Leonard Fournette, made a little buddy's weekend.
Yes, I love to see this. We just found out producer Mike told us that this fan flew all the way from Chicago to Arizona, which you know, Manny, is not a short flight.
Not a short flight.
And to have the reaction he did, I mean, that just makes your day.
Some really high character and upstanding people that come from Louisiana State University. Just have y'all know.
Absolutely. Looking at you, Jalen Mills.
That too. Thank you.
He was on our. Yeah, no, that was really neat to see.
Good stuff right there. Next up, weekend star, just in general, college football, because one, we actually got to watch, and two, it was a rivalry weekend.
Yes, rivalry weekend, and we saw some great games. Alabama being upset by Auburn. I just feel like it's not often, we get to kick back and watch ball.
It was
usually
awesome.
Preparing, but this week, it was dope.
Baker Mayfield, the next quarterback somewhere, Johnny Manziel's future.
Oh, don't do that to him, Taylor. Don't do that to him.
Hey,
goes.
the guys need a trip south. But yes, it was awesome to be able to watch some college football and hopefully more this weekend.
And some NFL games. We had 5 wide receivers have games with over 140 yards.
My God.
Yes, the best came out to play this weekend. From Antonio Brown, Julio, it sucks that Keenan Allen had to do it. But the best came to play this week in football.
Can we talk about the fitting, I guess if you want to call it irony, of Antonio Brown making that catch for Pittsburgh? They basically did to Green Bay what Green Bay did to the Cowboys in the playoffs last year. Stupid catch to set up an improbable game-winning field goal. A little bit of, not really retribution, but just ironic.
Not only running backs, but rookie running backs were our stars. We had 3 guys go for over 130 yards.
Man, University of Tennessee has had a hard weekend with everything with their coaching staff, but they had a baller.
How about the other 2 running backs coming from OU? I'm not a huge OU fan for obvious reasons, but the other 2, they did their thing as well. P. Ryan, balled. Joe Mixon, he had a good game. A rookie running back stellar this year.
I think Alvin Kamara should be Tennessee.
Where are you, Kareem Hunt? Come back, Kareem Hunt.
That's a great point, Tay.
Our final weekend star, Phil Dawson, hitting the game winner from 57 yards.
In his 19-year career, he had never kicked a field goal this long, which was absolutely impressive to me because it seems like every once in a while you see a kicker, especially someone like him who's been on, intense teams and been on teams who've been in close games. 57 yards is not that long when people kicked 62.
Here's why I feel bad. Phil spent the greater half of his career in Cleveland. Nobody talked about him. Nobody knew about him. I got to spend a year with Phil my rookie year. He's a dominant kicker, one of the best to ever do it.
One of your best friends?
42 years old now, a generational guy.
Oh, okay.
42 years old and still ball, and hopefully we'll all still be here on Cover 4 when we're 42 years old. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got Confidence Factor. Yes, the whiteboards, my favorite, are coming out.
I'm Taylor Stern inside the AT&T Media Center. Ezekiel Elliott broke his Twitter silence on Saturday as he was rejoicing in the Ohio State win against Michigan. Of course, Ohio State is his alma mater, so he will always have loyalty to them. Stay tuned to everything inside the AT&T Media Center.
Tony's cool, but I could just watch you play that stupid song every day.
Thank you
It
for
really could be
providing
set to anything. It could be set to anything. It's
All right.
the reverse of
Look
Jet stands to
around the
anything.
league. Thank you for that, Tony and Manny. You guys are such a great duo. But our look around the league this week is a little different. We're going to do confidence factor meter, if you will, for the remainder of the Cowboys schedule. And the first up is Thursday night, hosting the Redskins in the Color Rush jerseys, guys. How do we feel? 1, not confident at all. 10, it's a guarantee.
Manny and I are going to go ahead and start this off, and we gave it a 7 due to the fact that, you know, this is a team that still has pride on the line.
Yep.
We're going to go a little higher than a 0.5%.
Okay?
70 still passing.
Dave and I
Is that a French 7 over there?
over here.
Nope.
Impressive.
I say it's an even split because it's a divisional game. Everybody's going to get pumped for this game. You don't really know how it's going to go, right?
Valid.
Everything's fair.
I think it's reasonable to think they'll play better because they can't play much worse, but it's still a divisional game. It's still
And both teams still have a lot.
It's still an explosive passing attack they got to play. I can talk myself halfway there. That's
Yep.
about all I got.
Giants, though, how about that? Next, that is next. Week 14 at the Giants.
On the road, tough place to win. Divisional game. Giants are not very good at all.
Manny and I are
Kick it
going
off. Kick it off with the 8. We're going to kick it off with the 8 because ultimately, yes, the Cowboys haven't played very well in the last 3 games, but the Giants haven't played very well all season. And ultimately, in 2 weeks, the Giants might have their entire team on IR and might not have a head coach.
And this is a great team on the road.
I could go higher than a 7, Dave. This is what Dave
that-
has over here.
I
But
mean, okay.
You could go higher, but like that's fine.
They are one of the worst teams in the league. It's still a road game. It's still a division, though. They lost up there last year.
Okay, 15 at the Raiders. We're going through a lot of turmoil, folks.
Huh?
That's a good one to me. That is Sunday night football,
Is that what
right?
you were gonna
This
say?
is tough.
Out
yeah.
on the West Coast.
With it.
We gave it a 6 here. We said, okay, you know, this is a team that still has dominant players.
Yep.
They have a great run game. If Marshawn Lynch can go off.
Yeah, the real question is what Raiders are going to show up.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing.
The Raiders have really played like their dominant team last year 3 times this year. The other, 9 or so games, they've been bad.
What Cowboys are going to show up? Can y'all tell me that?
I said 10 and Dave wrote 6.
You said 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
six.
be a team like Manny and I over here.
West Coast trip. It's going to be tough. At prime time, Derek Carr.
What about the next West Coast trip, though? The next week? Seahawks. Oh, excuse me.
Home
That's
game.
home.
It's fair. I mean, it's Christmas Eve.
We have a twist on ours. I know we've
What
said
twist?
1 through 10, but we decided to give it a 21.
Hey,
Why do we give it a 21?
All
Stern?
eyes will be on Ezekiel Elliott's big return.
Yes, they
what will
will.
he look like? What will he run like? We will be watching.
I mean, if that's what
Great
you're
one.
going to do, then I'll. Yeah. I mean,
I like that.
how much better do you feel about this team if Dak and
1,000,000%
playing? Yeah,
times
it's-
better.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, and the last one.
Final week, we think it's going to be flex to Sunday night. It's going to end up being huge. Everything's on the line. This is
do?
Dave's dream game. Dave, that's what you've been saying all year.
Oh, okay.
Eagles.
Okay, we took another plot twist on here. We gave it.
Another plot
Because
twist for you.
they're not going to play anyone.
They're not gonna have any starters.
The Eagles aren't going to have any starters. If the Eagles lose from here on out, they're still going to be tied for first place in the NFC East. So what it comes down to, they got it signed, sealed, and delivered. Cowboys should take this one.
Eagles should have home field locked up before mid-December, I would guess. So New Year's Eve, Cowboys playing against Nick Foles and company. Yeah, I think you can get a win from them.
All right, guys. Last week, we missed you, Manny, as we wrapped up the weekend. So we know you've had a lot to think about and discuss. Take us to a Manny Minute. It's time.
You know, going back and forth, driving from Austin to Dallas, etc., I got a lot of time to think. And what I was thinking about is the worst thing that happened to the Cowboys in 2017, truly, was the 2016 season. Why? In 2016, you go 13-3. Essentially win basically all of your games. So you think 2017 were fine. Meanwhile, the rest of your division, see there, Eagles, they get Alshon Jeffrey. The Giants, they get Brandon Marshall. Didn't work out for them, but they tried. The Redskins, they get Terrell Pryor. Again, it didn't work out for them, but they tried. But the Cowboys, they just stayed put. And now look, 2017, you have no depth because your backup quarterback last year turned into your all-everything quarterback. Ultimately, you gotta wonder, are the Cowboys starting to regret some decisions? Because 2016 was balling, but boy, 2017's been a struggle.
Things
Ooh.
Thank you,
still
Manny.
time. It's happened before, and now we're going to sound off about, just a pressing matter here.
Jason
Cowboys
Witten.
Nation. We want to know
No, for real.
who would be the best player to be a coach. And we got this idea because of the Jason Witten chatter that's been going around today.
Well, there is some awkwardness here, guys, because I don't know if you know this, but Dan Mullen did leave to Florida, leaving the Mississippi State head coaching position available.
You think Dak's next?
I think Dak Prescott is not interested yet.
But he would be a great coach.
But he'd be a great candidate. He'd be a great candidate. Sean Lee for sure. So intense. Penn State's on a roll right now, so they probably don't need you. But you could go anywhere else and be a true baller. And so, yes.
I hate that we asked this year because last year I would have said Tony Romo. He'd been perfect choice for that. But Witten as well and Sean Lee. Those are my top three.
I think the answer is honestly probably Jason Witten. Just let him be done with his career first. Like he's gonna play on Thursday.
Could he be a life coach and just coach me through life every day?
Yeah, he already is that. Like he's a great guy to emulate. But I really think he would be a great football coach given time to actually get into that.
Absolutely. All right, guys, good thoughts for the day. Let's wrap them up and finish strong as we go to OT.
Yeah, going to OT, I was thinking about it, and we talked about how good of a chance do the Cowboys have to win this upcoming game. And at first I said 50-50, but then I looked at the injury report for the Washington Redskins, and 27% of their team is injured, or partially injured. With that being said, I got my money on the Cowboys.
At the start of the show, I made fun of Carson Wentz for looking identical to Prince Harry, but really, congratulations to Kayvon Frazier. He did get engaged this past weekend, so good luck to you, big guy.
There's no truth to the rumor that I'm being considered for the Tennessee vacancy, but if Big Red Orange, if y'all are interested, I'm around, I'm available. I think I'd make a pretty great football coach. Certainly wouldn't mind the buyout options. Just give me a ring. Appreciate it.
Really motivating, especially with that OT.
Thank you.
Okay, we are out of time. We hope you guys enjoy your Monday night, and we'll see you tomorrow for a brand new episode that you don't want to miss. Cover 4, presented by Jason.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo!